the dreaded GLP-1 side effects. Bum, bum, bum. If you listen to the media, we're all of us on GLP-1 GIP drugs are already 6 feet under the ground because we have gastroparesis, medullary thyroid cancer, pancreatitis. The list goes on and on. But the truth is, for most of us, the side effects are mild and manageable and don't last the entire duration that we're on GLP-1s. So what can we do to help lower the side effects even further? We can help prevent them before we have to treat them. And by doing that, I'm talking about pregaming. Pregame will help your side effect game. So what is pregaming? Pregaming is focusing on protein, fiber, electrolytes, sleep, low stress, and clean, non-sugary, not high-fat diets the day before and the day of injection day. So pregaming classically starts the day before. We're going to limit the high-fat. We're not going to go have fast food, quarter pounder, whatever, high-fatty meals. So that's just not sitting in our stomach waiting for the GLPs to come in there and further slow it down, further increasing our side effects. Now, side effects in general are stronger on Ozempic, Wegovy, and Semaglutide than they are on Tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Tirzepatide. That is because the GLP-1 agonist that is in both medications is 5 times stronger in Ozempic than it is in Mounjaro, Zepbound, and Tirzepatide, meaning that the GLP-1 agonist is responsible for the slow gastric emptying, make you feel fuller longer. So if you have a bunch of crappy food sitting there in your stomach, slowing down its digestion, you're just asking and begging for side effects. So the day before that I have my injection, I start my pregame. I make sure that all of my meals are protein first and protein focused, clean sources meals. I'm not talking about a lettuce wrap, double from In-N-Out. Clean meals, maybe some chicken breasts and some rice, protein drinks, even though they're not the most unprocessed thing. For some of us, it's the only form of protein that we can get in. And I really haven't noticed side effects when I have the protein drinks. So the day before, clean, healthy eating, and the same thing the day of the shot, leading up to about 2 hours before, I'll have my last calorie-dense, protein-focused meal. I'll wait about 2 hours, and then I'll have a protein drink right before I take my shot, and then I usually go directly to bed. In case there is any side effects, then I can just sleep through them. Water, hydration is always key in the GLP game, but especially important the day before your shot and the day of your shot. I try to get in 120 ounces of water. If I'm not in the sauna, if I do the sauna, I try to have a little bit more because, again, that's based off of your exertion. If you live in a super hot climate, maybe you'd have to adjust it, but try to get your water game where you know your water game is supposed to be. And I have my water with electrolytes. I try not to stay away from the high sodium, liquid IV type of electrolytes, and I do a lower sodium electrolyte like Dr. Berg's day before and the day of. Fiber is also really important to keep everything moving in your system, especially when these drugs are the highest in concentration a couple of days after your injection. You want to make sure that we're preventing any constipation or diarrhea. I personally just get the fiber tablets from Costco, not the mucil whatever because it has artificial sugar in it, but that's a personal choice for me, but get your fiber in. Beans are also a great option to have high fiber and a little bit of protein in them to keep the satiety, keep everything moving. It's a great food option. Sleep. Sleep is so important. I know it's really hard to get, not only because you probably have stressful lives. I think most of us on GLP-I and GLP drugs are having insomnia. It's just part of our metabolic change in our body that most of us experience a higher rate of insomnia. So do the best you can for your sleep patterns. What do you do if you do get side effects? There's a million solutions out there, and if you have tips and tricks, drop them in the comments. Whatever your side effect is, What do you do to help mitigate that? It would help out the community as a whole. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, I would love to hear from you. But I'll tell you what I do for side effects. Sulphur burps. Food staying in your system a lot longer than it used to. If you've gotten them, it's undeniable, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about the second you get them, because it's just the sulfury gas that comes up, and it's just, ugh. I use papaya enzymes. It really, when I do have them, but small, cleaner, low-fat meals seems to be the key for me, and I haven't gotten them since I first started. Pepto-Bismol chews, as I hear a lot of people use. And oddly enough, I've heard people use pickle juice to help with the sulfur burps. Now, pickle juice has a lot of sodium in it, so you're sodium sensitive. Maybe stay away from that, but that's what I've heard about sulfur burps. Nausea. This is probably one of the most common side effects I hear from everybody, is that they are nauseous. I've been lucky and I haven't had a lot of nausea, but the few instances that I have had it, I've had alcohol prep pads in the car, in my purse, in my pocket. And just when someone told me this, I was like, that can't be like a real thing. Well, it's actually a real thing, and I use it and it works. And I've used it enough to like rule out it being a placebo. So keep some alcohol prep pads, or if you're rubbing alcohol, you can pour it on a tissue or a napkin and just smell it. Something about it just takes away the nausea. I think the first person I heard it from was a OBGYN nurse who said that that's the way that she tells people to get rid of nausea. So it gave a little bit of validity to it, but I still wanted to test it out, and it really does help me. Stay away from dairy if you're nauseous. It exacerbates the problem. Small meals. Don't go having a large meal if you're nauseous. I don't know why you would, because you should not feel like eating, but try to have small meals. Try not to drink a lot of fluid with your meals. If you have a lot of food sitting in your stomach, drinking the water can expand the food, especially if you've had any type of absorbent, say things like breads. They will help absorb it and making you feel further nauseous. If your nausea gets too much, I'm sure you already know to contact your doctor, and they can write you a prescription for Zofran, or just contact your medical person. They can give you better advice. But this is for mild, manageable symptoms. Constipation is the one that worries myself personally the most, that I really try to keep on track of. I have a big calendar on my desk out there, and I have my shot day, where I did the shot at, what location, if it was my arm, thigh, or stomach, what side. And when I have a bowel movement, I chart it on there, because I don't want to forget and have gotten too many days and have there be a problem brewing before I have time to try to rectify that. And the way I stay on top of mine is by fiber, digestive enzymes, papaya enzymes, water, 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 water. I have not had to take it during this process, but I hear Mago 7 works great in case of emergency. And more of a daily thing, I hear people taking magnesium citrate as a daily type of, I don't know if it's a stool softener, or I'm sure it's not a laxative, but magnesium citrate is what I hear people taking daily. And if there's a more severe problem, Mago 7, available on Amazon. And then, of course, your oldie but goodie laxatives. Feeling tired, the granddaddy side effect of them all. Did I feel tired? Yes. I have a video of me the day after my shot. Like, what have I done? Too, after my Manjaro shot yesterday. Tell me y'all got out of bed. Can you comment? Does this felt lethargic? But what I've learned is that I am not diabetic. We're taking diabetic medication to help control blood sugar. And these drugs lower your blood sugar a bit. And even a small lowering of your blood sugar can make you feel exhausted. The good news is that in most cases, it does go away. 30 to 60 days seems to be the general consensus of how long you're going to stay absolutely exhausted. So mine went away I think it was probably just about a month. My body had gotten used to all of the changes that were happening. And I do feel tired a couple of days if I increase my dose. Be careful on if you're continuously tired also that you're getting in all of your water, because dehydration, one of the first symptoms of dehydration is fatigue. So making sure that you're logging your water. I use my Fitness Pal. Make sure that you're logging your water intake as well, because dehydration could play a cause in that too. And you should just be drinking plenty of water anyways. And obviously cutting out the sugary Diet Coke, sodas, and junk like that. But monitor your water, dehydration, or your body is just getting used to this medication. Your blood sugar might be just slightly off, and that's what's causing your tiredness. But mine did go away after 30 days, and most people I talk to, 30 to 90 days seems to be the general. Hair loss, telogen effluvium, or whatever it is in Latin. Basically, it's your body's response after a major event that generally happens like about 3 months after that major event. And for us, that's reduced calories and weight loss. It can cause hair loss. But the good news is that it probably will rectify itself after 6 months. But it's really important that you're getting in your protein to help lessen your hair loss, and you're taking a good multivitamin. They do make some, especially for hair. I haven't tried it. I just have a good multivitamin, and I take Bio-10 to prevent my hair loss. But I had, since the very beginning, I've been having a partial avocado. I kind of swear by it. I don't know if that's the reason it happened, but I have a half of an avocado or a fourth of an avocado just about every day to get some healthy, good fats in my body. And it's not super high calories, really half or a quarter. And I have that just about every single day. And I've had very minimal, knock on wood, hair loss. And I really like where my hair is now. It's the longest it's ever been in my life, and it looks the healthiest it's ever looked in my life. And I would truly like to keep it. And the last one I think is probably the most important, but it's not a direct side effect after shot day. It's just something that can be a side effect of these medications, is sarcopenia or muscle loss. If you've seen any of my videos before, I am a huge believer in strength training. It is going to save your muscles, and it's the older we get, the harder it is for us to build muscles. So why risk losing them? Strength training over cardio any day of the week. But I would love to hear what your side effects that you've experienced and how you've rectified those. Or if you have any questions about any side effects that you are hearing, just drop them down in the chat. And the channel is so small that I do answer every single question. So again, thank you so much for supporting our channel. I think we're at 800 subscribers in 3 weeks, which is bananas. But thank you so much. Bye.